I'm Shelley Davidson. I'm originally from Cochran, Georgia. I went to Mercer here in Macon, but I graduated from the University of Georgia for undergrad. Well, it was the family joke that I could argue a post to death. So I've always been interested in being able to stand up for other people's rights, and I was an active debater in high school. My cousins were in law school, and although they tried to talk me out of it, I decided that that was the right route for me. I like helping people. Social Security disability law is so different from other areas of law. There is no other person on the other side. It's a big government conglomerate that you're looking at. So I feel like I'm helping the little person. And when I help them get benefits, I help them get places to live, food to eat, and medical attention. And it really makes me feel good. The whole purpose of Social Security disability, financial reward for the claimant is important, but once they are awarded benefits, they also qualify for medical assistance, either in the form of Medicare or Medicaid. And for more claimants than I can name, that in itself is more important than the monetary benefits they get, because it's so difficult for them to get medical treatment without insurance, and they can't afford to pay for insurance. A lot of doctors refuse to see people now if they don't have insurance, even if they have the cash up front to pay for medical treatment. So for many people, this is the only way they're going to be seen by a doctor. The thing that seems to set Westmoreland, Patterson, Mosley, and Henson apart from other law firms, especially those that advertise for Social Security disability, is our firm has more than 100 years combined experience, starting with our retired partner, Rudolph Patterson, who was one of the foremost authorities on Social Security disability and one of the founders of the National Organization of Social Security Claimants Representatives, myself and Kevin Hall, as well as Jeff Yazinski and Sarah White. We help people to be able to make their lives better, and we consider ourselves looking out for them before we look out for our own interest, which I can't say for sure about other representatives. I have certain special cases that mean a lot to me. It goes back to one of the very first cases that I ever did, and it was sort of a strange circumstance. I had just graduated from law school. It's right before I came to work here even, and I was supposed to go with the senior partner to a hearing, and she got fogged in Orlando. So not only was I going to the hearing, I was doing the hearing without a file or anything. But she told me to be sure and ask to speak to the judge out of the presence of the claimant before the hearing started, tell him what happened, and he'd take care of me. Well, I talked to him. He said, "Don't worry about it. Whatever you don't cover, I'll take care of." Well, on the way up to the hearing, I talked to the claimant the whole way about what was wrong with them, what medical treatment they had, where they'd worked, all different kinds of things. And we got into the hearing, so I just had a conversation with my claimant just like we did in the car. And by the time I got through, the administrative law judge said he didn't have any questions and that he didn't normally do this, but he wanted to tell my client how good a job I did. And he went ahead and told the claimant that we'd won. Fast forward 20 plus years, and that same administrative law judge called me up and said, "Shelley, Judge Feldman." I said, "Judge Feldman, how are you?" He said, "Fine, I have a favor to ask." And I said, "For you, anything." He said, "Since I was your first, I'd like you to be my last." So I did his very last hearing with him before he retired as an administrative law judge. And that particular case and Judge Feldman have stuck in my mind for over 30 years.